You probably think of yourself as a genuinely nice person. You are reliable. You're the one people text when they need a favor, an extra shift covered, or just someone to vent to for 3 hours on a Tuesday night. You smile. You nod. You type back, "No worries, I can do that." But right before you hit send, there is a physical weight that settles into your chest, a quiet, heavy, terrible exhaustion. Let me tell you the truth. You are not a nice person. You are a tired person playing a very dangerous game. Why do you do this? Why do you voluntarily hand over your time, your energy, and your sanity to people who wouldn't hesitate to say no to you? You tell yourself it's because you value harmony. You tell yourself you're a peacemaker. You think it's just easier to do the work than to deal with the unbearable awkwardness of refusing. But that's a lie. You aren't preserving harmony. You're buying temporary safety at the cost of your own identity. Let's talk about what is actually happening in your brain during that split second when someone asks you for a favor and your mouth says yes while your mind is screaming no. Picture this. You're finally sitting down after a long, brutal day. Your phone lights up. It's a coworker or friend asking for something that is entirely their responsibility. You stare at the screen. You feel a sudden flash of irritation. You immediately think of 3 perfect logical excuses. But then, a dark, irrational fear creeps in. What if they think I'm selfish? What if they get mad? What if they stop liking me? Within seconds, that fear takes over your thumbs. Sure, send it over. You hit send, toss your phone onto the couch, and instantly hate yourself. You think this is a personality flaw. You think you're just weak. You are not. It's a biological reflex. When you anticipate disappointing someone, your brain's alarm system, the amygdala, treats that minor social discomfort exactly like a physical threat. Thousands of years ago, if your tribe didn't like you, you were cast out into the wilderness to starve. Your brain hasn't updated its software since then. It literally believes that typing "I can't help you this weekend" is a life or death risk. So, you don't fight. You don't run. You deploy the third, hidden survival response. You fawn. You abandon your own boundaries to appease a perceived threat. But here's the darkest secret of people who can't say no. You think you're being totally selfless, but you're actually secretly harboring massive amounts of resentment. You walk around feeling unappreciated. You feel like everyone is taking advantage of your kindness. But here's the harsh truth. They're not taking advantage of you. You're handing them the keys. You are training them every single day to treat you like an unlimited resource. And because you've never shown them your limits, they naturally assume you have none. Let me flip this for you. Every time you say yes to something you hate doing, you're lying. You're presenting a fake, highly edited version of yourself to the world. You're telling people, "I love doing this for you," while secretly boiling with anger. How can anyone truly love you or respect you if they don't even know where your tolerance ends and your boundaries begin? You've become a mirror, reflecting only what everyone else wants to see. But what happens when you're alone in a room? Who are you when nobody needs anything from you? Often, chronic people pleasers have absolutely no idea. They've stripped away so much of themselves for others that there is nothing left. Look at your workplace. The person who says yes to everything doesn't get promoted to the boss. They become the workhorse. They get piled with more busy work, while the people who say no get respected for their boundaries and strategic focus. Look at your relationships. In dating, if you agree with everything your partner says, you're not a partner, you're an accessory. The absolute quickest way to kill human attraction is to have no boundaries. People simply do not respect territory that has no borders. They walk right over it. So, how do you break a habit that is hardwired into your very nervous system? You do not start by becoming aggressive. You do not start by saying a hard, cold no to everything. The first step to the solution is manipulating time. The problem is your reflex. You answer too fast. The next time someone asks you for something, you are going to use the most powerful phrase in human psychology. "Let me check my schedule and get back to you." That's it. You don't say yes, you don't say no. You buy yourself 24 hours of breathing room. In that time, the adrenaline drops and your biological panic fades. Once you've bought that time, you actually have to deliver the rejection. And this is where people make their most fatal mistake: over-explaining. "Oh, I really wish I could help, but my car broke down and I have this family thing." Stop. The longer and more specific your excuse is, the more the other person views it as a negotiation. They see it as an obstacle they can help you solve so you can still do the favor. A real no is short, firm, and dry. Let me give you the exact scripts you can use in reality right now. First, the workplace. Imagine your boss or coworker drops an unreasonable task on your desk 30 minutes before you leave. Instead of just saying yes and pulling an all-nighter, say this: "I can take this on right now, but it will directly affect the quality of the main project I need to submit tomorrow morning. Would you still like me to prioritize this new task?" You aren't picking a fight. You're elegantly passing the ball of responsibility back to them. You drew the line, and now the choice is theirs. What about unreasonable requests from friends? Let's say you're suffocating under the pressure of studying for a major exam or certification, and a friend asks you to help them move this weekend or pressures you to come out drinking. Use this magic phrase: "I would really love to help, but I have personal commitments this weekend and won't be able to make it. Hope it goes well. Let's catch up later." The absolute core rule here is that you never ever explain what that personal commitment is. Whether you're catching up on sleep, quietly reading a book, or just staring blankly at the ceiling, that is a valid, unbreakable commitment to yourself. Finally, the emotional dumpers. For that person who calls you constantly just to use you as a trash can for their complaints, draw the line like this: "I really want to listen and be there for you, but my social battery is completely dead right now, and I can't be a good listener. Let's talk again when we're both in a better headspace." This shuts the door perfectly, using your own energy levels as the reason, without attacking them. The moment you deliver a clean, excuse-free no like this for the first time, you will be hit by a massive wave of guilt. Let me be very clear about this guilt. Expect it, welcome it. Guilt is simply the emotional toll you pay on the highway to freedom. It means you're finally breaking a toxic cycle. It feels bad because your brain is simply not used to being this assertive, not because you did something wrong. The first time you say no, the sky is not going to fall. The person will just say, "Oh, okay, no problem," and they'll ask someone else. And in that quiet moment, you will realize something profound. You were never holding the world together with your kindness. You were just carrying a heavy, useless weight that you were never meant to carry in the first place. You are allowed to be inconvenient. You are allowed to take up space. You are allowed to disappoint people. Let them be disappointed. They will survive. And for the first time in your life, you will actually start living yours instead of just existing as a tool for everyone else's convenience. If this hit a nerve today, if you realized you've been wasting your energy to keep others comfortable, hit the subscribe button and drop a like on this video. We explore the uncomfortable truths of the mind every week. Stay curious, stay grounded, and stay a beautifully wired human.